Welcome on board the Stena Embla, one of two passenger and vehicle ferries connecting Belfast and Birkenhead. In this video, I'll show you what the ship has to offer, from its helipad to the Hygge lounge, and we'll discover how this coffee machine led to a lounge upgrade. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm here at Belfast Port, specifically the Stena Line ferry terminal, and I'm on board the Stena Embla, which is going to take me the 216-mile journey from here in Belfast across the Irish Sea to Birkenhead in the northwest of England. Stay tuned to the video and we'll make the journey together. Ferry passengers, travelling by car or foot, can make use of the Stena Line passenger lounge prior to boarding the ferry, which for us was around 1 hour before departure. The lounge is small and simple, but offers a coffee shop, toilets and a waiting area. This is also where foot passengers can check in larger suitcases and pick them up once arrived in Birkenhead. Foot passengers are transported to the ferry by bus. Once on board, we made our way to the Hygge lounge on deck 8. This is an area designed for passengers to relax and be still. The use of mobile phones are discouraged. Each seat is angled to allow relaxation and comes with a USB and power socket along with a reading light. It's time to try out the seat in the Hygge lounge, a reclined seat. Very comfortable. One of the great things you can do is book a ferry and hotel package together, and in doing so receive a discount. From the Stena Line website, select ferry and hotel, and this will direct you to the Sembo website where you can make your booking. Simply enter the route you want to take along with your departure date, then the location you require a hotel for and the nights you want to stay. The system will then generate availability. We chose the Lina Hotel in Liverpool to stay in the night of our arrival. This used to be the Jury's Inn Hotel and is only a 15-minute drive from the Stena Line terminal in Birkenhead. You can also select a different sailing time if you wish. You are then given the option to add extras to your booking. This includes access to the Stena Plus Lounge, a sleeping cabin or the Hygge lounge. Other extras include pre-ordering food, booking your place for your pets in the kennels, wheelchair space, and your pet in your cabin. Once you've made your choice, simply click continue, confirm your details, pay, and press book. It's as simple as that. It's not the nicest of days weather-wise to be travelling by sea, but hopefully it will remain calm and we'll have a smooth sailing across to Birkenhead this morning. Our departure time of 10:30 came and went, but the crew were working hard to get everything loaded and ready for our crossing. Then, just a few minutes before 11 AM, we anchored off, turned around and set sail out of Belfast Harbour for Birkenhead. With Belfast Harbour behind us, we headed towards the Irish Sea, passing the Stena Fortella roll-on roll-off cargo ship, a as she prepared to conclude her journey from Birkenhead. As our journey got underway, I took some time to explore the ship. Although we never booked a cabin, I was able to view some on Deck 9 that had been used on the overnight crossing. The crew were preparing me for the return journey that evening. As you can see, some have windows and some don't. Just going to see what's showing at the screen today, the cinemas. 2 cinemas on board the ferry. Cinema 1 is Puss in Boots, Fatherhood and Jungle Cruise, and Movie Lounge 2, Ghostbusters, Afterlife, Death on the Nile and Ticket to Paradise. The ship's passenger capacity is 927 and there are plenty of seating options available even without paying extra for specific lounges. The restaurant on Deck 7 serves breakfast until 11 AM, then between 1 and 5 PM lunch is served. There is also a bar in the centre of the boat, 2 children's play areas, a games room and even a gift shop. Truck drivers have their own lounge. We're about an hour and a half into the crossing now, just come outside, and actually, despite it looking a bit rough, it feels okay. It still feels okay. This ship weighs 40,500 tonnes, so I think it's going to take quite a bit to make it rock, but actually the journey is going well. It's very quiet on board, not many passengers on board the ferry today, which is quite nice, and the Hygge Lounge is a real blessing. It really is just nice just to sit in there and just literally be by ourselves. There are only about 2 or 3 others in there, so no, this is actually a very relaxing way to get from Northern Ireland to England. And I know you can, it's not the quickest way, you can fly Belfast to Liverpool in half an hour, but actually this is a very relaxing way to cross the Irish Sea. Although I might not be saying that on a very rough winter's day, but today, the end of October, is actually okay. Oh, this is the kennel exercise area if you bring your dog on board. This is the kennels and exercise area. So if you have your dog, this is where they come to walk up and down the deck. There's a few dogs on board today, but none out here exercising at the moment. So we're all inside having their lunch. Look at that view, very misty. Let's get back inside, it's getting quite cold now. Hopefully we won't be needing these today, but they're there if we need them. Reminds me of a certain clip from Keeping Up Appearances when Onslow on the QE2 says, I've never seen inside a lifeboat. And then he goes up the ladder to see inside a lifeboat. Stena Embla and her sister ship Stena Edda arrived in the Stena Line fleet just 3 years ago at the end of 2020, entering service on the Belfast-Birkenhead route in January 2021. They replaced the Stena Mersey and Stena Lagan, who underwent major refurbishments and now operate under new names on the company's Needham to Ventspils route. Our ship is 215 metres long and 28 metres wide. Its passenger capacity is 927 and has space for 120 cars, which, along with lorries and other vehicles, can be loaded over 4 decks. With a stop speed of 22 knots, the ferry weighs in at a whopping 40,500 tons. Stena Line are one of the world's largest ferry operators for both passenger and freight transportation. They were founded in Gothenburg, Sweden in 1962 by Sten Allen Olsen, and today continue to operate a large number of ferry crossings throughout Europe, including Belfast Ken Ryan, which we did in October 2013, Harwich to Rotterdam, Dublin to Holyhead, Rosladd to Fishguard, and a number of routes in the Nordic and Scandinavian area. I think that's Anglesey out from the distance and parts of North Wales, so getting closer. Well, we've been going just short of 5 hours now, just coming up to 4 o'clock, and we left about half an hour late, but we are still expected to arrive into Birkenhead still at 6:30, so about 2.5 hours to go. It's getting a little boring now. I think we just played some games for a little bit, but it is still relaxing. It's still a nice way to travel over to England, but as I say, just after a few hours it does seem to take its toll a little bit, but I don't know, generally, as I say, it's a very, very relaxing way to travel, very good, comfortable crossing, and very happy with everything. The only thing I think I would say is a small minor complaint really, is that I wish there was a moving map on the ferry, just to sort of let you know where you are and your speed and that sort of thing, because the Wi-Fi is rubbish. The Wi-Fi doesn't really work, so just a moving map or something just to say where you are would be helpful. That would be my only criticism and suggestion to Stena Line, to put that on. That would be really good, but yeah, other than that, really, really good, really positive experience. I headed back to the Hygge Lounge, which is accessed by a code provided when checking in, and took some time to catch up on my reading of Mike Bannister's Concord book. Whilst the lounge is secluded, it is also public, and I don't think this particular style of relaxing is necessary. More respect needed here, I think. If you haven't pre-booked a space in either the Hygge or Stena Plus Lounge, you can pay for a space once on board via the machine. So we came to get a hot chocolate from the machine here in the Hygge Lounge. The machine is out of hot chocolate. Turns out they're having some problems with the machine, so the crew have actually upgraded us into the Stena Plus Lounge next door, with full access to their coffees and their sweets and their cakes and their drinks and everything. So that's where we will be spending the rest of our trip. So stay with me, let's go into the Stena Plus Lounge together. This is not hot chocolate. Sure, I should have done that really, but seems to be filtering away, so that's good. Hot chocolate, milk chocolate, milk choc. Yeah, that's the one. This looks promising.
That's what was missing last time.
Grab a seat. So at the front of the Stena Embla here, Stena Plus Lounge with forward-facing views. Look at that. So not only do we have hot chocolate, but I've also helped myself complimentary Victoria sponge cake and a packet of biscuits, crisps and fruit and other things are on offer as well. But it's the view that tells it. The Stena Plus Lounge is a private lounge at the front of the ferry on deck 8, just next to the Hygge Lounge. Available in this lounge is plenty of seating, complimentary snacks and refreshments, newspapers and magazines, and a dedicated waiter service. Like the Hygge Lounge, the minimum age for anyone to use the Stena Plus Lounge is 8 years old. Don't know if the camera is picking them up very well, but there's some red lights off in the distance, which is a wind farm, which I have flown over dozens of times, and it's interesting now to see them from sea level. Well, see their lights anyway. We can't actually see the wind farm itself, but we've got around an hour before we dock into Birkenhead, just outside Liverpool. We can already see the lights of Liverpool and Wallasey and other neighbouring towns just coming through at the front of the ship. We can see those. So just to recap, excellent crossing on the Stena Embla today. Really enjoyed the crossing. Great service. As I said, it was a very quiet crossing. Not many passengers on board today, so that helps. Of the two lounges, the Hygge Lounge and the Stena Plus Lounge, I personally preferred the Hygge Lounge because it encourages quietness. It encourages sort of not to use your phone, not to be noisy, just to sit and rest or read or whatever. So whereas the Stena Plus Lounge is a place you can talk, and there were people making phone calls and doing things which perhaps could disturb other people. There was also a lot of coughing and sneezing going on, so a little bit crowder, a little bit busier. It's 6:30, 1 hour to go. So I personally prefer the Hygge Lounge. It's a smaller lounge. There are no windows in it, but I think that's just to encourage rest and sort of no distraction from the rest of the world. So, but each to their own. If you've been on Stena Line and you've used either of those lounges, let me know what you think. Which should you prefer? Which would you use if you were making this crossing? Each to their own, I suppose. But personally, for me, it was the Hygge Lounge. But very grateful to Stena Line for upgrading us in lieu of no hot chocolate on the machine. So that was a really nice bonus, and just added, that extra quality of customer service is really, really important, and we appreciate that. So anyway, thanks very much for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed the journey that we've made together, and please consider subscribing to the channel, sharing this video, and leaving a comment below. It's always good to read those and engage with the wider community. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.